Hello, it's Edwin from Edwin, and this is my deck profile of my Garmore Bunnies called Paladins. Obviously, I built along with Paladin since I made the match video earlier. Decided to put this deck list up as well for people who are interested. Yeah, for the starter, use Ring Messenger. Basic starter goes back when you write something over it, something called Paladin. It's a nice effect, so it's this. Is its boosting effect. So when you boost and you hit the Vanguard, you can counter +1, put this into soul, call top card. You can choose from the top 3 cards and call any to rear guard in rest position. In standing position would have been way too overpowered, but it's in rest position. Pretty much combine this with Paladin, or you get something better out of it, like you get a Garrett for a booster or attacker for a good card. Definitely run this card in this build. If you don't, you will have a hard time of getting Paladin out. So for trigger lineup, I run 4 heals, because heals are good. Don't forget I'm running less heals in the deck, but yeah, because they make you closer to winning instead of dying. And next I run 4 crit and 4 more crits. 8 critical, pretty basic trigger lineup. Obviously, since you want to pressure your opponent as quick as possible with this deck, you want to get the early game advantage. So getting a crit is really painful for them. Fleeting Victory is really nice too. As if you've seen it in the match video, I use this card in order to boost my row up to 17. So this card can be useful at times compared to this one. But simply just run 8 crit because of the pressure. Because getting early crits is good, especially with this deck. This deck is all based about pressuring. And 4 charge triggers, since, well, 4 speeder hounds, because I like this one more than the Gwydion. But yeah, simply because you still need that little bit extra draw power. Not only that, it's better than running stands. So if there was be 12 critical, I would probably test it out as well, but since I can't, I run 4 draws. For the grade 1 lineup, I run 4 Gareth, a very important card right now because of the ability to make 18k rows with this card, and 8k boosters are generally always good in any deck. So in most of the decks, like in Dark Raiders you don't run them, but in most of the decks 8k boosters are pretty good, so definitely run 4. Next I run 4 perfect cards. Yeah, 4 perfect cards because this deck has decent draw power and you need to block Heraldus, Crossrides, Lord Blaster, let's say Amon or something. All the big attackers you can block it with this or the pressure cards. So you definitely need to run 4 perfect cards. Well, you can run 2 to run 3, but I recommend running 4. Next, 3 Slagle Dagger. Reason I'm running Slagle Daggers because it's utility card. Like, you can make this 9k booster, so you can hit those crossrides easily. And if you're playing against another Gold Paladin, you can make this an 11k booster and hit for 21 or 20. So it's a pretty nice card. I actually like this card more than Charge Go, because right now hitting 21 isn't that important anymore. Well, it is important against Gold Paladin or Kami, so like non-cross-ridden tracks. But with this card, you can pretty much, you can hit for 21 if you want, but it's pretty much getting those nice rows to pressure the opponent when they're cross-ridden, so they can't block for cheap. Because if they block for cheap, they'll win. So pretty much pressuring cards out of the hand. And I run 3 Din Drain, because Garmore into Din Drain is so good. Its effect is if you call this from deck, you can soul +1 and draw 1. So if you call this with Spring Breeze, you can soul +1, draw 1. And if you do it with Garmore, it's even better. You call this, you get a free card out of Garmore, and then you soul blast it, you get +2. Because you get, like, you drop Garmore, and you get this card out, and you draw 1 again, so you get 2 cards at the cost of 1, which is pretty good. Next I run 4 bowmains, 10k beat sticks. Pretty good. I mean, 10k beat sticks because this with an 8k a little bit for 18, so that's why I run 10k beat sticks. Not much to say there. Yeah. And I run 3 Lopier. Reason I run only on 3 is because I run 1 tech card in the deck, and like pretty much after you have a full field, these cards aren't that good anymore. Like you can call them, but there's only 9k, so yeah. Oh, you could run 4, I guess, but I'd like to run 3. But the utility card, like as effect is, you call this from deck. You can drop a card, check the top 3, and call it to rear guard. And your rear guard can also be closed. Not that you want to minus yourself that bad. It's a good card. Like let's say your hand is square up, call this from the Garmore. Drop a card, and you can call anything from those top 3. So if I like attackers and I have a handful of triggers, this card really helps. And you can also help getting you the Paladin off. But I'll explain the combos of this deck later on. Next I run 3 Vivian. I used to run 4, but after if your opponent has like 4 damage or something, and you have a full field, these cards aren't that useful anymore, so that's the reason I only run 3. Yeah. That's why I run 3. Not much to say there, but fact is, when you boost this with the gold Paladin, it attacks hit the Vanguard, you can counter +1, take the top card, and call it to rear guard, open rear guard circle. So it's you can get some nice pluses out of the card. And I run 1 Lumia line. Was running more than 1 is stupid, because then I had to write it all over again, all the time. Yeah, I run 1 because most of the time I get this one in my hand somewhere in the game, and if I don't, I can always use the Garmore to call this out and intercept it next turn. So, and running more than 1 means that I have to call to Rigard, which means that if the opponent is going to go Overlord the end, they will probably attack this card. So that's why I only run 1 of these. It's a nice deck card to have. Like, it's nice to have it, but it doesn't really matter if you don't get it. That's why I'd rather run that one instead of 4 Vivian or something for Lopier. So I run 4 Garmore, most consistent card in all gold Paladins. Simply write it, counter +2, and you can choose any grade 1 or 2 from deck. Or you could even call a trigger, but I won't suggest getting a trigger from deck, and you can call it to a rear guard, close one as well. So like the main combo of this deck is call like behind Vanguard or here, and soul +1, draw 1. So that's like essentially +2, +1 if you count that you had to write this one, and then call it a soul plus. But even then, it's still like these are dead in your hand anyway, so because they're grade 3, don't have any shield value. So yeah, if you could do that like that, if you have a say open field, you can pretty much gain a lot of cards out of this. But and next I run 4 White Hair in the Moon Shadow Pelennor. This card, if it's called on the rear guard circle, you can drop a card, and you can move this card to the Vanguard circle. It doesn't necessarily say right, because yeah, because for sure stated that this card will not work with the new cancel up. But in any way, like, it's pretty much the point of this card is like it only works if your opponent is at grade 2 or higher. So that's like one limitation there. And the other thing is that it only works really well if you call it during battle phase. Like if I call this with a Lopier, I obviously won't write this card, because then I have to minus myself. So I'll Lopier in the main phase, but in the battle phase, of course, I won't write this card or move this card to the Vanguard zone. So one of the main combos of this deck is pretty much like, let's say my opponent's at grade 2, best setup is this, so attack. One thing though is that if you ride the Bowmans at your grade 2 ride, chances are they need to block it for 15 for no pass. unless you're great, but that's why I run the 4 bowmans, because if you hit for 15, they need to block for 15 as well, because if they have the 10k Vanguard, they can't block for 10. Well, they can, but that's only one to pass. So that's why I run 4 bowmans. So if you have a Vivian out and he has a bowmans, something like this, yeah, he can block for 10 and it's a no pass. So that's why I run the bowmans over the, yeah, because it's bowman, yeah, it's just 10k and hitting for 15 is good. Yeah, so what you want to do is like this: take your Vanguard, be a total sack, put this into soul, and you get stuff like Paladins. Let's see, you got this at the top 3 because you're so good. You could either choose Leader Plus or just use this. I would rather choose this one because, like, not only do you gain Legend Drive, your opponent's inclined to block it. Once they don't, then you get like a critical. They're going to be at pretty low damage, so high damage. I mean, so that's why I rather choose the Paladin instead of the Din Rain. But it really depends on the situation. Like, let's say my opponent has like already pulled out the critical, then I might call this one instead. Really depending on how my hand looks like as well. So that pretty much concludes the deck profile, and hope you guys liked the video. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and see you till next time. Bye.